Hi there. Well, another product that Microsoft announced last night was the Surface Go 2. Now, we really like the Surface Go. It's a great little form factor, but you'd have to say, if you had one, that the processor was a little bit under-spec'd for the previous model. So it's really welcome news that Microsoft have introduced on this model an Intel Core M series processor. So it's a much more current and much more highly spec processor. So it's going to be a lot better in terms of performance. There's also still the Intel Pentium option, which we had, that was the processor in the previous model, Surface Go. But now with the newer model, we expect that to perform a lot better as well. One thing that you'll notice about the Surface Go 2 is a slightly bigger screen. Even though it's in the same frame and the same overall size, the screen is bigger, meaning that there's less of a bezel, particularly on the left and the right edge. The resolution is slightly higher as well at 1920 by 1080. So that's a welcome improvement because the old one was starting to look a little bit dated with those really thick bezels on the side. In line with all of the other recent Surface models like the Pro 7 and the Pro X, the Surface Go 2 has the far-field studio mics. That's the new dual microphone array setup that the Surface has. And that's really good because it has some noise cancelling technology built in. It's great for video conferencing and calling, perhaps in noisy environments. But it's also great for things like PowerPoint captions and subtitles. We've got a previous video about that you can watch. The USB-C port on the side of the Surface Go 2 has been bumped up a little bit compared to the old model. In fact, it puts through about double the amount of data at about 10 gigabits per second. That's going to enable better connectivity with peripherals like external monitors. You can run a 4K screen off of the Surface Go at 60 Hz. So that's pretty impressive for a little unit like this. Importantly, Surface have upgraded the battery. They've put a bigger battery in this model. So in combination with the newer, better processors and that bigger battery, you will get some decent battery life finally out of the Surface Go 2. And as I mentioned, because the Surface Go 2 retains the same form factor, the same peripherals will work. In fact, even if you had a case or some sort of cover for your Surface Go, that would also work on the Surface Go 2, which is great. So pens are the same, keyboards are the same, so you can keep your existing peripherals. Microsoft have also improved the instant on capability on the Surface Go 2. So in combination with the Windows Hello cameras, the infrared cameras that are there for logging on, it should be really easy to get your Surface Go 2 up and running. Now, like the original Surface Go, there is an LTE model that will be available. But importantly, with this new LTE Surface Go 2, there's now both an eSIM and a physical SIM card slot. So eSIM is a brilliant idea, and I hope that we see more people using this in future. eSIM will enable organizations to roll out devices like the Surface Go and just to send out an electronic SIM to their people out in the field and just enable them instantly to be online no matter where they are. So it's really a much better system than actually physically sending out SIM cards for people to try and fiddle around and slot into the device. When we're able to travel again in future, eSIM will also enable us to travel into different countries, for example, and just buy a local data plan and activate it on that eSIM. So we could really use this device anywhere in the world. It's going to be a brilliant mobile travel companion. It is also going to be a really important device for people who are working in the field. So organizations and companies that have a staff out in the field who need to be able to take notes, who need to be able to access systems and type information, this will be a brilliant all-round device for those people who are very mobile. So there's a lot to like about this announcement of the Surface Go 2. As soon as we can get our hands on one, we'll bring you a full review. If you found this video helpful, remember to give us the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to learn how to use your Surface Go.